Hi, welcome to my video on solving three variable word problems. And again, if you wish, you can try these ahead of time by pausing the video and then solving it, and then press play to see if you have your answers correct. Number one, three people bought the following items at a store. Person A bought 2 bats, 1 glove, 3 balls, and it cost $3.90. Person B bought 1 bat, 1 glove, 1 ball for $2.20. And person C bought 1 bat, 2 gloves, 2 balls for $330. Find the cost of each item. That's the bat, a glove, and a ball. So we have three variables, so let's let X be the cost of 1 bat, and we'll let Y be the cost of 1 glove. As you can see, these items are pertaining to baseball or softball. And let Z be the cost of 1 ball. Okay, now that means that because of X represents the cost of the bats and Y is the cost of the glove and B is the cost of the ball, so that means that 2 bats, which is 2 times the cost, 1 glove is 1 times Y, 3 balls is 3 times Z, and if you bought all of them, you'll get $390. And there's one of each that gives you 220, so there's X plus a Y plus a Z gives you $220. And 1 glove, 1 bat, 2 gloves, and 2 balls together will cost $330. So this is the three equations. 1, 2, 3. So we have to solve these three equations, and in most times I like to eliminate the Z first. So I'm going to take equations 1 and 2, and that's a 3. I want this to be a -3. So I'm going to write down equations 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is 2x plus y plus 3z equals 390. And x plus y plus z equals 220. So that's equation 1 right there. Equation 2 is there. So I multiply. That's a 3, so I need a -3, so I multiply by -3. And I don't need to touch this one, as just multiply it by 1, it stays the same. So 1 times this equation doesn't change it. 1 times any number is that number. -3 times all of these is a -3x minus 3y minus 3z equals -660. Draw a line, and the z's cancel out. We add, we get a -x minus 2y equals, when we work on those, we get -660, add on 330, gives me a -270. So this is the new equation, call it number 4. Now, as in previous examples, we had to pick another pair of equations and eliminate Z again. So this time I'm going to pick, I got a 2 here, so I need a -2 here is the easiest one. I could do this one and this one. That means I'll have to multiply this one by 2 or -2, this one by 3, so it's easy to do 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, write down number 2, x plus y plus z is 220. Write down number 3, x plus 2y plus 2z equals 330. And I'm eliminating the z's, so I'll multiply this one by -2, multiply this one by 1, and the new equation gives me -2x minus 2y minus 2z equals negative 440, and multiplying by 1 doesn't change, gives you the same equation, and we add, and remember we're eliminating the z's, but at the same time the y's are eliminated also. So that means we have negative 2x plus 1 is a negative x equals a negative 110. Negative 440, add on 330 is a negative, oh, I got to make that 110. I wrote down 3 ones there. And we divide by negative 1, x equals 110. So notice right away I have 2 of these eliminated, and that happens depending on the problem and how it's made up. So since I have x, so the easiest, now this is shorter because I have the value of one of the items. So let's put the sub x back into number 4, and when I sub x back into number 4, I can find what y is. If I take x and sub it back into these 3 equations here, or any one of them, I'll still have a y and a z to solve for. So I'm going to sub 110 for x into number 4. So number 4 is a negative x minus 2y equals negative 270. So x is 110, so the negative of that is a negative 110 minus 2y equals negative 270. Negative 2y, negative 270, negative 110 becomes a plus 110 when you transpose it. And that gives me a negative 160. Divide by negative 2, and y becomes 80. So the cost, x is the cost of a bat, so a bat is $110. Y is the cost of a glove is $80. Now I have to go and find the cost of a ball. So I can take the 2 of these variables and sub it back into any one of these equations here. But the easiest one is number 2 because I got an x, a y, and a z. So I'm going to sub 110 for x and 80 for y into number 2. And number 2 is x plus y plus z is 220. X plus y plus z is 220. So x is 110, y is 80, so we got to work out what z is. So that's 190 equals 190, 110 plus 80 is 190, and z is equal to 220 minus 190, so that means that z is equal to 220 minus 190 is 30. So we have found them all. So x is the cost of a bat. So a bat cost $110. And y is, to make sure, y is the glove. So glove costs $80. And a ball, one ball, cost $30. And we've worked them all out. Again, 3 variable word problems. And another word problem that we can deal with 3 variables is this one. Again, you can pause the video and work this out and press play to see if you have your answer right. In a triangle, the smallest angle subtracted from the largest angle is 50. The middle angle is twice the smallest angle increased by 10. Find all 3 measures of the angles. So we have a triangle and we have angles. So the first, I'm going to let x be the measure of the smallest angle. I'm going to let y be the middle angle, the measure of the middle angle. And I'm going to let z be the measure of the largest angle. So the smallest is x, the middle is y, and the largest is z. Now we have a triangle, and a triangle, all the angles of a triangle, the interior angles add up to 180 degrees. It's one of the facts you have to know about a triangle when you're dealing with angles. And let's see if we get another equation. The smallest angle subtracted from the largest. So the largest angle, subtract the smallest angle, is going to be 50 degrees. Notice, subtracted from, you have to reverse the order. The middle angle is twice the smallest increased by 10. So the middle angle is y, is equal sign, twice the smallest, so the smallest is x, so it's 2x, increased by 10. So as I read it, is what I write down. Notice is the equal sign in each of these. Now we have three equations. We have 1, 2, and 3. So how do we want to solve these? Well, one of the strategies that I use, I got an equation here that's solved for y. So if I take, this is y in terms of x. If I solve this for z, I'll have z in terms of x. And if I sub y in here with the x, and I sub z right here in terms of x, then this equation will have all x's, so I can solve it for x. So let's do that. You can always, line them all up and do elimination, but I'm going to use this strategy. So I'm going to solve number 2 for z. So z minus x is 50. So z is equal to x plus 50. So we have number 3 equation is solved for y. So this is a new equation that's solved for z. So let's write down, I'm going to sub 2x plus 10 for y, and I'm going to sub x plus 50 for z, and I'm going to put the two of them into equation 1. So I got an x plus a y plus a z is 180. So we have y is, we leave the x alone, so y is 2x plus 10. So y is 2x plus 10. Z is x plus 50. Z is x plus 50 equals 180. And you notice now I have all x's. So 1x, 2x, 3x is 4x plus 60 is 180. 4x is 180 minus 60. 4x is 120. Divide by 4, and I get x to be 30. So that's 30 degrees. Now notice I have x. If I take the x and sub it in here, I will get the z. If I take the x and sub it in here, I will get the y. So I'm going to sub 30 4x into number 3. So we have number 3 is y equals 2x plus 10. Y equals 2 times 30 plus 10. We multiply to get 60. Add on 10 gives us 70. And if you want, I can use this equation and I can sub x into this equation, or I could call that one 4 if I want, and I could sub let's see, x plus 50 for z into number 4. So number 4 is z equals x plus 50. X is 30, so 30 plus 50 is 80. So we have all the angles. So the smallest angle is 30 degrees. The middle angle is 70 degrees. And the measure of the largest angle is 80 degrees. And notice if you add them all up, you get 100. And the smallest angle subtracted from the largest is 50. The smallest angle subtracted from the largest, so 80 subtract 30 is 50, true. And the middle angle is twice the smallest plus 10. So the middle angle, which is 70, is twice the smallest, which is 60, plus 10, which is 70. So everything is okay. I verified that I have the answers, and I check to see if they're true. Another problem, we always try to find different problems to do. Sometimes if you try different problems, it helps you think, use your thinking strategy. Math is, excuse me, math is always about thinking. So read over this problem and work it out, pause the video and work this one out and see if you're going to get the right answer. And then press play to see how it's done. Number 3, the sum of 3 numbers is 43. All the numbers are the same if 7 is added to the first, 1 is subtracted from the second, and the third has 7 subtracted from it. Find the numbers. I want the original numbers that add up to 43. So we'll let, it says we have a first number, a second number, and a third number. So we'll let x be the first number. I'm going to do them in order. Let y be the second number, and let z be the third number. That's because we have, it says the 7 is subtracted from the first, or added to the first, 1 is subtracted from the second, and the third has 7 added to it. So let's see what equation we have. The sum of the 3 numbers is 43. So x plus y plus z adds up to 43. Now, what do they mean by all numbers are the same? So if you take the first number and add 7, if you take the first number, which is x, and add 7, that's going to be the same as 1 subtracted from the second. So there's 1 subtracted from the second, and the third is 7 subtracted. The third has 7 subtracted from it, so the third is z, and has 7 subtracted from it. So when I take these numbers and work this out, whatever number this is, all of these will be the same as a result of adding 7 to the first, subtracting 1 from the second, subtracting 1 from the third. You'll get the same number. So how do we solve this? Well, we got 3 of these, but we can do this. X plus 7 equals y minus 1. We can say that x plus 7 equals z minus 7. We can say that y minus 1 equals z minus 7. In other words, they're all equal to each other, so I can say those two are equal. I can say those two are equal, or I can say these two are equal, and that's what I've done. You know, they're equal to each other. That's like saying A equals B equals C. So I can say A is equal to C. I can say A is equal to C, B is equal to C, and A is equal to B. So A equals B, B equals C, A equals C. That's what we're doing right here. If they're all equal to each other, then any two is equal to. So how are we going to solve it? Well, if we take, this is equation 1. If we fix this equation and go x minus y equals negative 1 minus 7, we get x minus y equals negative 8. We can take this equation and go x minus z equals negative 7 minus 7. X minus z equals negative 14. And we can go y minus z equals negative 7 plus 1. So y minus z is equal to negative 6. So we have 4 different equations, but we only need 3. So let's pick this one, and this one, and this one. This one has all the variables. This one has only 2 of the variables, and this one has only 2. So let's look at them. So x plus y plus z is 43. X minus y equals negative 8. X minus z equals negative 14. So, how are we going to work this out? Again, I could solve this equation for x and sub it in here. I'll get a y. Solve this equation for x and sub it in here, and I'll have all y's. Or I can do an elimination. I can eliminate the, so again, I'm going to use that strategy. That seems to work really well. So if I take this equation and solve it, I'm going to take this equation and solve it for x. X equals y minus 8. I'm going to take this equation and solve it for, I have x equals, so x is equal to z minus 14. So notice, if I have x is in terms of y, x is in terms of z, so I'm going to substitute the 2 of these. I'm going to take the 2 of these and sub them in equation 1. So I'm going to sub y minus 8 for x and z minus 14 for, I'm looking for the x's, so I should be reversing it. I should be solving this. So if I do that, so, nope, that won't work. I have to solve this equation for y. Negative y equals negative x minus 8. So y equals x plus 8. And I'm going to solve this one for z. Negative z equals negative x minus 14. So z equals x plus 14. Now I'm going to sub. Now we got it going right. I'm going to sub x plus 8 for y, and I'm going to sub x plus 14 for z into 1. So x plus y plus z equals 43. So x plus 8 for y. Y is x plus 8. X plus 14 for z. And we have all x's, which is what we need. Makes it better. And that's 14 and 8 is 22. 3x is 43 minus 22. 3x is 21 divided by 3. And I have x is equal to 7. Now, if I take x is equal to 7 and put it in here, so y equals x plus 8, y equals 7 plus 8, y is 15. And if I take z equals x plus 14, which is this equation, I'm going to sub in x. 7 plus 14 is 21. So the first number. First number is x, so first number is 7. Second number is y, and y is 15. And the third number is z, 21. And if you add up all these numbers, you get 36 and 7 is 43. So let's check further. All the numbers, if you take 7 and add to the first, so we take 7 and add it to 7. That's the same as if you subtract 1 from the second. So second number is 15, so we take 15 and subtract 1. And if you take the third has 7 subtracted from it. So the third is 21, subtract 7. So 14, 14, 14. So these are the three numbers that fit this problem. And again, sometimes when you go do a problem, you might start one way and say, oh, I can't do it. That's what happened here. I solved these for x, and then I was going to plug them in, but that didn't work because all of these were going in place of x. So what I turned around and did, took this equation and solved it for y. So y is in terms of x. I took this equation, solved it for z, so z is in terms of x. So subbing these for y and z into this equation, I have all x's, which I'm able to find the x value. A good strategy that you might need or you might never need. But we always check to make sure. We give you exposure to different types of problems. And if you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell, because there's more videos coming. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information from me, my videos, and the content. That's the content that's on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.